Ooh, ooh, big fish ish, man. Y'all know what it is. All right, so we're gonna get right into this one. Right into this one. All right, we're gonna talk about this new Jason Aldean song. So this Jason Aldean song, try that in a small town. We're gonna go through some of the lyrics, if not all the lyrics. But first and foremost, we have to identify the things that we need to look out for. I'm gonna use this situation to highlight exactly why specifically black people, as well as a lot of maybe others who are not as successful as they would like to be, exactly why. So once again, I'm going to highlight, using this example, exactly why black people specifically, as well as others though, but black people specifically, as to why we are not as successful as we would like to be, or as we say we would like to be. I don't know. So I didn't know anything about this video. I went on YouTube and I was seeing some stuff. And of course, I run into The View, the people on The View. And I saw a couple other videos and they're talking about how racist this song is that he just came out. How he's going back to all these like lynching days and all this other stuff. And this is what people were saying about it. I saw a lot of reaction videos to it. And I'm always skeptical when people start throwing that racist, stuff out there, and especially when it's people that aren't black. Whenever it's somebody that is not in that category that tells you that you should be offended by something, like if they're not a part of it, whether it's black, white, whatever, when they're not a part of it, we have to question why do they want us to be offended by something so bad? And why are they reaching in so many different scenarios? And of course, when I dove into this, it was the same thing. So I don't know, I don't want to offend anybody that watches The View, but to me, it would be very hard to watch that show on a consistent basis and to not become less intelligent. It would be very hard for me to watch The View on a consistent basis and to not risk my intelligence shrinking. Like the stuff that they talk about, it's such. I mean, I don't know who writes their scripts, who tells them to put out what, who's the money behind them, but I can't imagine. Maybe they convince themselves, and people do this, where the stuff that you're talking about, you have to understand that you sound so stupid when you're talking, and that there's just somebody else that's putting the battery in your back, and maybe the checks are so good, I don't know, that y'all don't care, but we're gonna get into it. So I want us to watch. I couldn't find the exact video of The View posting this. Maybe they took it down, but what I will show you is a clip that I got from somebody else that was nice enough to review it, and it pretty much it gets a lot of, we'll get a good understanding of how the ladies of The View feel about Jason Aldean's video. Jason Aldean's a country singer. Never heard of him before this, but let's dive into it. Let's dive right into it. Because, and why I say you got to be careful, because if you don't do your own research, these people are going to have you thinking that every and anything is racist. Now, what's more divisive? What is more divisive? We have to ask ourselves. Somebody that's putting out a video, it is what it is, but then other people coming in and trying to convince any and everybody, trying to convince the very people who don't even feel as if the video is racist, but them trying to convince you, no, this is racist, you should be offended by this. Who's being the divisive person? And that is why I say that, because of and I'm talking about black people, African American, indigenous, whatever you want to call it, because of our stupidity, because of our ignorance, because us being naive, because of us allowing ourselves to be manipulated, we've allowed a lot of these white liberals that think they're God's gift to society to be the worst weapon and contribute the most to racism But like I said, it's on us because we allow ourselves to be manipulated. But we allow them to be the number one factor, perhaps, in causing divisiveness and continuing us to focus on racism when we should be focusing on achievement, success, all these other different things. So let's take a look at what the ladies on The View thought.
You've gone too far.
The View hosts are weighing in on Jason Aldean's.
You've gone too far.
The View hosts are weighing in on Jason Aldean's controversial new song, Try That in a Small Town. On Thursday, Whoopi Goldberg, Sarah Haynes, Joy Behar, Sunny Hostin, and Alyssa Farah Griffin discussed the backlash surrounding the polarizing track and its music video.
There's a lot wrong here with this. This is a man who saw what happens when someone is out of control with their guns.
Yeah.
He's someone who was performing in Vegas, and he saw people get. So I don't understand how he could be that disconnected, how people around him didn't say to him, hey, listen, you know what? Maybe there's a better way to do this.
While Sarah and
Time out. You see exactly where they're going right now? This is what they do every time. They try to make it about guns. This has nothing. What? Like, how do y'all? Where's the connection here? Where's the connection here? Let's just keep going.
Joy focused on the tune's lyrics related to small towns and big cities, Alyssa said she was going to give the country star the benefit of the doubt.
This was, to me, something where about half the people in my life see it one way and half the people in my life see it a different way. So I'm trying to, like, kind of see what are we disconnecting on. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt that his intent wasn't to, you know, stoke division, glorify violence, or racism. I'm going to give him that benefit of the doubt. I don't know. But I'll say this. There was a line. So for the many folks who are offended by this, there's a line in it that says, try that in a small town, see how far you make it down the road. Around here, we take care of our own. So for a lot of my friends and family who are legal gun owners in small communities, they're like, yeah, that's what we do if someone breaks into a store. He's talking about the right to defend yourself. What I thought of when I read that was Ahmaud Arbery. I think of a black man.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. And you know what's wild? Think about how racist she is in thinking about. Let's go back. Hold on. I want us to hear everything that she just said.
Country star the benefit of the doubt.
This was, to me, something where about half the people in my life see it one way and half the people in my life see it a different way. So I'm trying to, like, kind of see what are we disconnecting on. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt that his intent wasn't to, you know, stoke division, glorify violence, or racism. I'm going to give him that benefit of the doubt. I don't know. But I'll say this. There was a line. So for the many folks who are offended by this, there's a line in it that says, try that in a small town, see how far you make it down the road. Around here, we take care of our own. So for a lot of my friends and family who are legal gun owners and
so once y'all hear the lyrics, y'all will say why I'm saying stop it. For one, you're assuming that, see, they already have a certain prejudice as far as they already have a certain image of black people. They already have a certain image of black people. And if I'm not mistaken, she's the one that tries to, you know, she usually plays both sides, but she probably got a lot of pressure in this one. And she should have just stayed true to herself, because I believe that she's just pandering to the rest of the people as well as to society. Let me break it down why. If you look at his lyrics, they're talking about people doing illegal things, sucker punching people on the sidewalk, carjacking an old lady at a red light, pulling out a gun on an owner of a liquor store. What is wrong? Why do you think of Ahmaud Arbery when you think about what he's talking about in his song? What about this song made you think about Ahmaud Arbery? But see, in her mind, see, I'm thinking if I got a gun, yeah, if somebody comes and robs me, I'm not. You think if people have guns, they're not going to defend their stores, they're not going to defend their car, they're not going to defend what's theirs? Oh, but you only think about white people doing the defending. And you only think about the black people committing the crimes. You see how she just made that assumption? Because what's wrong with taking care of your own? Why are you assuming that that's a white thing? Why do you think about just the white people taking care of their own? Oh, they're saying that if black people come into the neighborhood, the white people are going to take. That's not what's said in the song, and that's why we're going to go through the lyrics. But I wanted y'all to hear their take first. So let's.
For the many folks who are offended by this, there's a line in it that says, try that in a small town, see how far you make it down the road. Around here, we take care of our own. So for a lot of my friends and family who are legal gun owners,
I want to move there. I want to move to a place where they take care of their own. I want to move to a place where they take care of their own.
In small communities, they're like, yeah, that's what we do if someone breaks into a store. He's talking about the right to defend yourself. What I thought of when I read that was Ahmaud Arbery. I think of a black man in a small town in the South who literally just got shot for doing nothing wrong. So I think what becomes problematic is that
that's not what the song's about. The song literally starts out, sucker punch somebody on the sidewalk, carjack an old lady at a red light, pull a gun on an owner of a liquor store. They're not talking about a situation like Ahmaud Arbery, but all these people try to do is conflate all of these different situations. So that way, instead of having to look at the situation for what it is, they can just put it under that racist umbrella to get most black people mad. So therefore, once they get you emotionally entangled in the situation and triggered, they have control over us. So therefore, automatically, we're all going to sit back. Oh, that's that racist song. When this shit has nothing to do with racist. Bro, first off, as a black man, Black Lives Matter is not just about black men losing their lives. However, the majority of them are black men. So as a black man, I can't stand Black Lives Matter. Let's keep going.
There's a lack of recognition of what this means to about 50% of the country whose experience isn't Jason Aldean's.
But Sonny didn't agree.
I'm actually not going to give him the benefit of the doubt. And I'm pleased that you are, and I'm pleased that you are.
You do agree that he should be allowed to say whatever he wants.
Because as a lawyer, when I put my legal hat on, I don't believe in censorship. Right. However, this man is from Macon, Georgia.
This is the worst.
My father's from Augusta, Georgia, and Macon, Georgia. I spent many summers there.
Both.
Yeah, both. I spent many summers there. It is one of the most racist places in this country. So don't tell me.
You want to know why I'm calling cap? I'm calling bullshit on this. Just a month ago, y'all said Florida was the most racist. The NAACP put out that you should be alert moving around in Florida because it's dangerous if you're black. It's dangerous if you're LGBTQ. Just threw the black shit in there. We have not. I live in Florida. Floridians ain't thinking that. Why is everybody trying to move there then? But this is what they do. And this is why it's so bad that they do this, because it waters shit down. When all we hear is, oh, that's racist, that race, this is the most racist place that when we continuously hear that, when somebody actually does come with a valid claim, it waters it down to the point where we're looking at it like, yo, can we even believe this? It's like the Carly situation. It's like the Jussie Smollett situation. Now when something like the real stuff happens, it's like, I don't know whether this is true. And they're doing the same thing. This game plan is played out.
That he knew nothing about what that imagery meant and what he. So I don't give him the benefit.
But I'm saying, along with him, more people should also be held accountable.
Try That in a Small Town's lyrics include, quote, got a gun that my granddad gave me. They say one day they're gonna round up. Well, that might fly in the city, good luck. Try that in a small town. See how far you make it down the road. You cross that line, it won't take long for you to find out. I recommend you don't. Try that in a small town. The music video features videos of looting, protests, and images of burning the American flag. Jason took to Instagram to respond to the backlash earlier this week, saying that the intention of the song was to refer to the feeling of community and people taking care of their neighbors, quote, regardless of differences of background or beliefs. In the past 24 hours, I have been accused of releasing a pro-lynching song, a song that has been out since May, and was subject to the comparison that I, direct quote, was not too pleased with the nationwide BLM protests. These references are not only meritless, but dangerous. There is not a single lyric in the song that references race or points to it. And there is not a single video clip that isn't real news footage. And while I can try and respect others to have their own interpretation of a song with music, this one goes too far, he wrote, adding, as many pointed out, I was present at Route 91 where so many lost their lives, and our community recently suffered another heartbreaking tragedy. No one, including me, wants to continue to see senseless headlines or families ripped apart.
Man, stand on your shit, bro. Stand on your shit. Don't let these goofy people manipulate you into change. Yo, nah, stand on your shit. There's absolutely nothing wrong with your song that you put out, with the video, unless I got to look at the video again. I looked at the video, looked at the lyrics to the song, listened to the song. Y'all are reaching. And so many people are trying to do this. Anybody that is telling you that it's racist and trying to get you more, they're trying to get you mad, they're trying to do all these different things. It's because they're a part of an agenda. And that overall agenda, this Democrat liberal agenda, is to do anything they can to make sure that they have your vote and support. So therefore, they have to convince you of this big bad boogeyman, even when there's nothing there. No mention of race, no mention of anything. The stuff that he's talking about in the song, I stand on too. Any person with common sense would stand on it. Matter of fact, I'm glad that he called out all these dumbass looters in at these protests. I don't mess with protests anyway at this point. Like, we got to figure out a different strategy. Everybody can go protest, but they protest today and then tomorrow go spending their dollars at these same places that they're like, knock it off. There's other ways that we need to do it. But because people just would rather do that, rather get all riled up emotionally, they want to run outside and protest, don't even know what they're standing for. And the nonviolent ones, the ones that are peacefully protesting, at least they're doing it in that manner rather than tearing up the city, looting and all this stuff. And a lot of people that were doing all this looting and stuff, they weren't even black. Look at the videos. Look at the videos on the song. Look at the video, his music video. He said it's footage from news. When I was during 2020 and beyond, all these BLM protests, I'm not gonna say at all of them, from what I saw, the majority of the people doing all the looting and stuff like that weren't even black. It's like, so who's really causing the division? Who's so divisive? This is why I said I'm going to tell you exactly. I'm going to use this as an example to point out black people specifically our problem. Our problem is we give a fuck about what other people think about us more than we care about how we think about us. Who cares if people think, who even cares if somebody's racist towards you, bro? When you're winning, do you care? You only care when you're losing. And when you're focusing on that aspect of it, when you're losing, you're never going to put yourself in a position to win. We are never going to put ourselves in a position to win because all we're focusing on is calling out racism and telling the people in power they got to change the rules for us. No, let's win. Let's not focus all our time, effort, and energy on that. We've been doing it for years. That playbook is expired. We need a new strategy. We are in the position that we are in today because we care more about what other people think about us than ourselves. That's why we kill each other and nobody cares. But then when somebody else, a police officer or something like that, but nobody cares about Chicago and all this, Baltimore, all these places where we're just killing ourselves. And why are we killing ourselves? Because of this terrible culture that we subscribe to. So all of these women, whether it's Whoopi, whether it's Joy, whether it's the other lady or the other two ladies, whoever's on The View, I'm going to ask y'all felt the need to bring this man's song up that doesn't talk about race, however, and is nowhere near as violent as our main genre of music that we subscribe to. Let's talk about hip hop. Let's talk about rap. Let's talk about drill music. Why don't y'all use your platform and voice to talk about the drill music lyrics? that is literally talking about hunting down your op for no fucking reason. For killing your brother, killing your cousin. Hunting each other at 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 years old. Because you live on, oh, well, I was born on this block, so therefore we already at war with that block. Why don't we talk about those lyrics? All the senseless, stupid killings that we have, that we promote in our music all the time. Why do they feel the need to only blow a whistle when they're reaching with, oh, that white person said something about black. Yo, did you hear what that white person said about you? Did you? It reminds me of like the kid in school trying to like cause a fight where it's like, yo, well, hit my hand real quick. And he hit you. Well, he hit my hand, so then I hit you. So that's like him hitting. Like, are we really falling for this goofy shit? Are we really falling for this? And shame on you if you're spreading this bullshit, especially if you're spreading it without even looking at the lyrics, without even thinking for a second, like, wait, this isn't racist. And shame on you if you're calling this out, but you don't call out all the drill music and stuff that literally describes and is the hype music for us to kill each other, for us to treat our women like shit, for us to over sexualize our women, exploit our women, to sell drugs in our community, to cause nothing but death and destruction in our community. We have the soundtrack. The soundtrack. Not only the soundtrack, it's the book that tells the story, the book that wrote what's going to happen. The spells in the lyrics. The prophetic lyrics that shifted the culture to where now people have embraced the culture, have embraced the lyrics, and now are acting those things out in reality. Why not talk about those? This song that Jason Aldean put out isn't gonna lead to anybody dying. Are you kidding me? It ain't gonna lead to no black people dying. I mean, unless they fall for y'all triggering them and convincing them like, yo, you let them talk about you like that? He's not even talking about black people. White people, look at the majority of those damn protests. Like I said, and the majority of the people that I saw looting were white people that were a part of the Black Lives Matter movement. Black people, we're not even off Black Lives Matter. We don't even believe in that goofy shit. Most of us young black people, we're not with that. Our parents and grandparents may be with that because of all the new technology that they have to put this type of stuff out there. They haven't fully caught up to the fact that you're falling for the banana in the tailpipe. You are allowing these people to use new technology to implement old game, old tricks that they used. They're still using the same ones, just using new technology. And our older community has embraced that. Because, in my opinion, a lot of our older community, they are indoctrinated more than us. Just like I'm indoctrinated perhaps more than somebody who's younger than me. Or people my age are indoctrinated. The more you're on earth that in this society, without being the type of person that can take a step back and say, hold up. Let me process all this. The majority of people are not going to do that. The majority of people are just going to be the sheep that just go with the flow, rock out how it rocks out, and they just would, oh yeah, that's racist. Come on, bruh. Shame on these women and shame on anybody else. Let's listen to the lyrics real quick. Matter of fact, can I pull up the lyrics on here? I want y'all to go through them with me. Jason Aldean, try that in a small town lyrics. See if we could just pull it right up on the screen. Dang, I don't got my glasses on. No, I'll be all right. I'm training my eyes to not need glasses anymore. That's what I'm doing, in case y'all were wondering. All right, let me share this real quick with y'all, if it allows me to share screen. All right. Let me bring it up. All right, let's go through this. Let's go through this. Try that in a small town. Sucker punch somebody on the sidewalk. Is that just a black thing? No, that's an ignorant thing. I hope if anybody does that, you sucker punch somebody on the sidewalk, you could potentially kill that person. You need to be dealt with. Carjacking an old lady at a red light. You need to be dealt with. Pull a gun on the owner of a liquor store. Bro, don't come in my shit and try to take my stuff. You need to be dealt with. And if you're pulling a gun on somebody, then you can't say nothing if you get shot and killed. It is what it is. You can't be pulling guns out on people. What the fuck? Like, yo, what is wrong with us, bro? Like, what world are we living in? What world are we living in? Come on, American Express. Let me get rid of this ad. They trying to mess up the video. All right, here we back. Pull a gun on the owner of a liquor store. You think it's cool? Well, act the fool if you like. Cuss out a cop, spit in his face, stomp on the flag and light it up. Cuss out a cop, right? That reminds us of all this is incentivizing, like, it reminds me of the defund the police. All these Democrats and liberals were running around saying defund the police. And then what are they doing right now in their cities that are crime ridden? Whether it's in Cali, whether it's in Chicago, whether it's in Maryland. What are they doing now? Asking for help from the police, saying that they need more funding. We need more officers. But you just was talking all that shit, talking about defund. Okay. Spit in his face. Spitting in somebody's face, it doesn't get more disrespectful than peeing on somebody. That's the only thing. Stomp on the flag and light it up. That one, you know, if people don't like you stomping on their flag or lighting it on fire, y'all know how people feel about that. Even if I don't personally, I'm not losing my freedom to defend somebody stomping on the flag and lighting on fire. That's just me. Yeah, you think you're tough? We'll try that in a small town, see how far you make it down the road. Around here, we take care of our own. Please, I wish. That's community. That's village. Taking care of your own. Taking care of your own. That's, am I going to do it? Yeah, I'm going to do it. Taking care of your own. You think George Zimmerman would have tried that shit on another group of people and would have been running around out here afterwards, talking shit, taunting people, doing autograph signings, signing Skittle bags to represent the Skittles that Trayvon Martin went to buy? But see, we don't take care of our own that way. We take care of our own where we'll just let George Zimmerman do his thing. No worries. He could talk all the shit he wants, pull up wherever he wants to pull up. Nobody have an issue with him. But we gonna slide on the op. We gonna slide on the op. You know, the dude that grew up on the next block, who y'all parents was cool. You know, they like family. They went to school, but since y'all on the same block and y'all blocks is beefing, we killing them. We sliding on them. We can't even read a book because we're only 11, 12 years old and we're probably behind. And then we get 13, 14 and we already got a few bodies. We already killed. We need to take care of our own, not just protection, but uplifting, providing knowledge, providing perspective. Got a gun that my granddad gave me. They say one day they're going to round up. Well, that shit might fly in the city. Good luck. We'll try that in a small town, see how far you make it down the road. Around here, we take care of our own. Tell me where this is racist. Tell me where this is racist. Nah, y'all are just prejudiced. Y'all are just prejudiced because y'all are just associating this either in y'all heads with this being a black situation, or you know what you're doing. You're just pushing this shit for the agenda, and it's corny and it's destructive, and it's causing more divisiveness than any political candidate that y'all want to talk about, all this stuff. This is what causes divisiveness. Y'all consistently trying to convince black people that certain things that are not racist are racist. Y'all always putting this in our head that we can never get ahead, and that the reason why we're at the bottom and not successful is because this big bad white man, the man. That's what causes the division. That's what causes the divisiveness. And y'all pick and choose. Y'all want to talk about how Trump put out the front page for the Central Park 5, but that not even mention Joe Biden and his crime bill. Come on, bro. Y'all pick and choose. Y'all pick and choose. Try that in a small town. See how far you make it down the road. It's just the chorus again. Bro, that's the song. That's the song. Those are the song lyrics. What's up? Where racist where? Why should I be emotionally triggered by this? Why should I even think that they're talking about me? If anything, I rock out with this. I'm tired of these damn these BLM protesters, these project poverty pimps. Like, bro, no, we're not going for that. We're not going for that. Black people, we are in the position that we are in because we care so much about what other people feel about us, more so than what we feel about ourselves. All we care about is how other people think. Who cares? You think winners are running around caring about what losers think about them? Only losers spend so much time thinking about or caring about how other people feel about them. Why? Because they're losers. When you're winning, you don't care. You're unbothered. They said that. Okay, cool. It is what it is. We got to keep addressing this. We got to keep addressing this. Like I said, man, y'all watching The View, we got to be careful about exposing ourselves to information that we're taking in that is just making us stupid. It's making us naive. It's making us ignorant. And it's just continuing down this indoctrination that they've been pushing on us for our entire lives that cripples us because we spend more time fighting some imaginary boogeyman rather than just applying pressure to be successful. That's it. So that's I didn't even mean to be on here this long. Y'all got my thoughts on it. Don't let these goofy people trick you out of your position. Don't let them trick you out of your mindset. Don't let them trick you out of your strategy, your plans. Don't let them trick you out of success and fulfilling the godly potential that we all have in us. Don't let them trick you out of that. All right. Onward and upward, strength and honor. Y'all know what it is. Get to the bag with integrity, of course. I'll see y'all soon, man.